play it, basically talking about PG because I mean not only we noticed it, but a lot of people were noticing that Paul George ain't playing right.
What's going on with your 76ers, bro?
You want me to sugarcoat it or you want me?
Nah, we don't sugarcoat nothing here. Bro. This ain't no beignet.
Yeah, I feel like we made some wrong decisions, number one, with signing PG.
Wrong decision?
I mean, until you prove me wrong, what PG has come and brought to the team so far, it don't look like we got our money's worth. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like you looking like you're having
33%
trouble beating people
shot.
off the dribble. Everybody's staying in front of you. You're taking a bunch of contested shots. Everything is contested. So I don't know, but I know he's coming off an injury too, right? So I'm hopefully that he can get back to, you know what I mean, where he was. But as of right now, you know, it don't look good. And as of right now,
Where's Paul go?
Where'd Paul go?
Exactly. Where's Paul go? So if you didn't know, man, I was trying to look it up right now to see what his player props is, but I don't think Philly's
Clippers?
not.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
sorry.
Philly's
He
not
moved.
playing. He's not.
Philly.
Oh, yeah, Philly is playing. They're playing Boston. They're playing Boston on Thursday. So right now, Paul George, the lowest they got is 9.5. The highest they got is 19 point.
What's the 19.5? Can you do below
Points.
19.5?
You go 9.5. Go 10 points.
No, but when you click the 19.5, is it automatically above, or is it like you can pick below 19.5?
Oh yeah, that. Oh man, that'd be embarrassing if they do that to my dog. Let me see, Paul George. You got to do more.
Oh, more?
Yeah.
Is the only option?
There's only option for that.
They don't give you any option for less? You only can do more on Paul George?
Oh, 9.5. And, I mean, you can go up on more points than that. Then do higher or lower. But for the 9.5, that's the lowest you'll probably say he gonna make.
What about 19.5? Do they give you a more or less?
They give you more or less on that, or you can do overall. I mean, what I do with Paul George is I do 23. Take less than that for points, rebounds, and assists because he doesn't get rebounds and he doesn't pass the ball. He's just the ultimate waste of time. It's just horrible the way Paul George is. I mean, I feel like ever since Dame basically made that game-winning shot over him, it took away his powers.
He ain't been the same.
He definitely ain't been the same. I remember when Paul George back in Indiana Pacers, when you used to think like, oh, the Indiana and Paul George could upset the Cavs. That's the only team you possibly have, and like it come down to like the last play, and like LeBron had to make that game-winning layup over Paul George to win the game. But
they lost so many close games. And you really thought that Paul George was good enough to take on LeBron. Like, he was really going shot for shot with him. I remember him dunking on Birdman Anderson. And, you know, him kind of like him being announced there. And it's like once he left Indiana, he was never the same, especially after he broke his leg.
That was nasty.
The Olympic practice where his leg popped out sideways.
True, and then
It was dirty.
That was definitely dirty. Then he joined the Clippers, and he joined the Clippers with Kawhi, and they was like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be the new LeBron. The new team that's gonna stop LeBron." And then like they couldn't stay healthy at all. I mean, and it's just looking real nasty for Podcast George because
Paul Podcast George.
Exactly, because I mean, even on his podcast, he's making these podcasts and people are making comments down below saying how can you only drop 2 points, or like what's going on with you, or if you hate basketball, you might as well just retire. And I feel the same way. Like, I mean, you already got all this money from the NBA. If you feel like the Sixers isn't the team for you, which I don't know how, because you would have been honestly.
Third option, man.
No, I mean before. I mean, they probably would have told you either second option. You could have been the second option. The only reason why Tyrese Maxey is the first option because y'all don't play at all. Like y'all don't show up.
Him and Embiid.
Yeah, him and Embiid don't show up at all. Like you could have been like, even if you told Paul George he was the third option, Joel Embiid isn't there so much that you probably would have never noticed it. Because you would have been the second option.
Most of the season, yeah.
Most of the season, you would have been the second.
You could be like, fine, I'll be the third option. Be like, freaking Embiid never plays. I'm second option, man.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you taller than Tyrese Maxey. So, I mean, you definitely gonna get points. Because, I mean, Tyrese out here dropping 30 points a game.
It's crazy how that one Indiana series against like the Heat got like so many people to be like Paul George is their favorite player. Be
Yeah.
like, Paul George is the GOAT, even though he's never even been to a finals.
Even the player from the Hornets, the rookie they drafted, the one that came from Alabama.
Miller.
Yeah, Miller. Brandon
Miller.
He's his favorite player is Paul George.
He even kind of looks like him.
That's what he said that he tries to imitate his game like that. A lot of tall people want to imitate the game after Paul George, but it's just not looking right. Like he hasn't looked the same, like you said, since he messed his legs up. It's just disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
But y'all comment down below how y'all feel about this whole Paul George situation. Is this the downfall of Paul George? Can he redeem himself, or does he need to be on a new team? They gave up Tobias Harris for you, man. You're making over $50 million a season.
I would have gave up Tobias Harris for free.
At least he's doing more than that. He give you more than 10 points. Well, he probably wouldn't. True that.
He's not worth it.
I don't know. It's probably Philly. But speaking of Philly, man, it's getting real